Hello aspirants, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this series continuing we'll be now starting our next chapter, that is sets. So sets, as you know, is like an arrangement of different items, different alphabets, different numbers. Like if we define a set A, we can define it as A, B, C, D, or 1, 3, 5, 7, so on. So this is the representation of sets. We'll not be studying in detail. We'll just be studying the important formulas and tricks if it is there. Let us start. The first thing is that what is the formula for number of subsets? The formula for number of subsets is 2 to the power n, where n is number of elements. Like here the number of elements are 4, so the number of subsets for set A will be 2 to the power 4, so it will be equal to 16. The next thing is number of empty subsets. That is equal to 2 to the power n minus 1. The third thing is number of proper subsets. Number of proper subsets, it will be same, but one more minus will be there. As in empty subsets there was 2 to the power n minus 1, but in the case of proper subsets the number itself will not be there, so the answer will be 2 to the power n minus 2. So let us correct this. This will be 2 to the power n minus 2. Another thing is that number of non-empty sets or non-empty proper subsets. This amount will be equal to 2 to the power n minus 2. The fifth thing to remember is if some element x belongs to A union B. A union B means all the elements present in A and all the elements present in B. Then x belongs to A as well as x belongs to B. So note this and we'll be moving further. 6th point to remember is that if any element x does not belongs to A union B, then that element is not belonging to A and as well as it does not belongs to B. The 7th point is if A is the subset of A union B and B is the subset of A union B. So this is the condition that if A is subset of A union B, then B will also be the subset of A union B. 8th thing is that if any element number of elements in set A is supposed to be 5 and number of elements in set B is supposed to be 2, then in A union B, number of the elements in A union B will be equal to, first of all, minimum number, then maximum number. So let's think about it. First of all, see the number of elements in A are equal to 5 and A union B means all the elements containing A as well as B. So here as you see that the number of elements in A is 5, number of elements in B is 2. So the minimum number of elements in A union B will be equal to 5 because n contains some 5 numbers. Let's take example that A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is suppose 9 and 10. Then A union B will be containing all these elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 and 10. So here as you see the maximum number of elements it can contain is 7. 5 these from A and 2 from B. So 7. 7 is the maximum number of elements it can contain. But if you take some example like take this as to be 4, 5, then here you see that these elements are already containing in this set A. Therefore in a set, as you know, that we never write two numbers or two same elements in a set two times. We will just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the maximum number of elements in A union B will be 7 and minimum number of elements will be 5. This will be a case if all the elements containing B will be same. All the elements in B will be same, like in this case 4 and 5 were also in set A. So we have written only these numbers. So the minimum number comes out to be 5 like here. So please note this and let's move forward. Another thing we have to talk about is the ninth point, that is the number of elements in A union B union C. This is a very simple formula, that is number of elements in B and A and C and minus the intersection 2 at a time and again adding the intersection of 3 at a time. The 10th thing is again like if you are given that number of elements in A is equal to 2 and number of elements in B is equal to 4. So number of elements in A intersection B minimum will be equal to 0 because they may have no element in common, and maximum elements in common will be 2 because here the minimum number is 2. So here also the maximum number means maximum numbers that can be common in A as well as in B will be 2. The 11th one is if A intersection B is subset of A and A intersection B is also a subset of B. Then another thing, the 12th point to note is that A intersection B is equal to phi. Then this is known as disjoint sets nothing in common. The 13th point is if A is the subset of B, then A intersection B is equal to A. Another thing to note is b minus a is equal to b means we have to take all the elements of a out of the set of b. The elements that are common in a and b, the elements that are there, we just have to nullify the elements that are in a and b, they are in common from b. So please note this and let's move further. Now the 15th point is that if we have been given b minus a, then it is not equal to a minus b. The 16th is that number of elements in a minus b is equal to number of elements in a minus number of elements in a intersection b. Similarly, number of elements in b minus a is equal to number of elements in b minus number of elements in a union b. The 18th thing to note is a minus phi is equal to a. Phi means null set, so nothing is going to be out of a, so it will be a again. 19th thing is phi minus a, that from a null set we are reducing a, so it will again be a null set. And the 20th thing is the symmetric difference. What is a symmetric difference? It is denoted by a in between, it will be delta b. This means a minus b union b minus a. So note this all and let's move further. Another thing is what to note, that a intersection a dash represent that all the elements which are not the part of a, so it will be an intersection of a and a dash will be phi because no elements will be there. Then a union a dash means all the numbers in universe or all the elements in universe, so it will be equal to universal set. Next thing is a union b whole dash means a dash intersection b dash. To it opposite will be a intersection whole dash is equal to a dash union b dash. Then the number of elements in power set of a represent 2 to the power n, where n is the number of elements in a. So with this I end today's class. Hope you enjoy it. Please note these things and let us meet in the next video. Thank you.